Hello, my name is Ian Angelo, and I'm the co-founder of and brand ambassador for MAGA.Live. I would like to thank you for taking your time to view this video and for sharing it with as many people as possible. I would like to begin by prefacing this production with an overview of the subject matter I intend to discuss within the bounds of our first MAGA.Live crowdfunding project video. First, I'll provide a brief yet comprehensive biographical background and history about myself and my reason for embracing, supporting, and leading MAGA.Live and its affiliates. I will share valuable information about what MAGA.Live is all about and how you can help us. Next, I'll showcase some of the premium domain names associated with MAGA.Live and the significance of the ownership and use of these keyword domain names as affiliated syndicates of our MAGA.Live network. In conclusion, I will end the MAGA.Live crowdfunding project video with our final thoughts, along with a special song, Red, White, and Blue, and a prayer for President Donald J. Trump by Native American holy man and Vietnam War veteran Eddie Three Eagles. The prayer for President Trump and music video were shared and performed by this true American hero at the Garden of the Gods in Colorado, that I produced for the first episode of the Trump series, Prayers for Trump, just prior to this U.S. warrior's passing. I've always been a very patriotic person from the time I was a small child. I'm not embarrassed to say that I love God, my family, friends, my country, and President Trump. I have a long line of military veterans in my lineage. My great-grandfather on my father's side fought in World War II in the Battle of the Bulge as a second lieutenant and led troops into battle and was awarded a Bronze Star and Purple Heart. My grandfather on my mother's side went into the Navy at 17, fought at the tail end of World War II, and then transferred to the Army and fought during the Korean War, and then fought in the Air Force during the Vietnam War. My grandfather on my father's side was activated during the Vietnam War, and my father was active duty in the Air Force overseas during Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. My strong love of American history has shown me a glimpse into the hardships and sacrifices we've all made as active duty or veterans of our great military and their loved ones that have sacrificed and suffered. My political passion has been stoked by a great man that I am proud to say was my uncle, Congressman Bill Young of Florida. He was the longest running Republican congressman in the history at the time of his death. His intelligence, caring, and deep appreciation for his constituency kept this American patriot in office for many years, and his love for his family will be remembered eternally. This is a special photo of him with my father when he was just 16 years old. I consider myself a friend, fellow patriot, American citizen, non-woke, Trump-publican, MAGALutionist, futurist, activist, entrepreneur, technologist, musician, producer, writer, director, actor, dancer, fitness advocate, model, positive influencer, superhero, teacher, family man that's for the nuclear family, and a peaceful believer in God. In the latter part of 2018, after I had just turned 18 years old, I began to find myself so very uncomfortable with the state of our country's First Amendment's negative trajectory, as Democrats were moving toward a socialist and communist ideology, and I felt like I had to do something about it. I had previously registered some domain names, like freedomofspeech.live and others, but I narrowed down to a 3-character domain name, FOS.News. FOS.News stands for Freedom of Speech News. I did not have the money to create and develop FOS.News, so I sold everything I had. Antiques my grandfather left to me and my family, even collectible toys that I had cherished and saved since the time I was a very young child, that I plan on giving to my children that I'll have someday. I felt that helping to give my children and other children freedom outweighed sentimental toys. I've given everything I have, from every penny that I've owned to dedicating nearly every second of my time for the last 6 years, which equates to having spent 25% of my total life in the pursuance of furthering my patriotic projects and the MAGA.Live infrastructure, and making all available to the public. I've personally added over 600 auto-updating conservative channels to Freedom of Speech News, FOS.News, and this MAGA.Live news aggregate is in beta testing currently. I know now, as I've always known before, that MAGA is what our country needs, and that it has a positive trajectory to success, and my personal dedication and efforts would and will always truly matter because of my faith in God, U.S. patriots, President Donald J. Trump, our Constitution, and my own patriotic resolve. I have faith in myself and my own abilities, and this is why I put everything into MAGA.Live, and will always continue to because We the people matter. Patriots that I call MAGA angels, MAGA heroes, MAGA soldiers, MAGA volunteers are going to help MAGA.Live and its associated MAGA crowdfunding projects. And with God's help, we will all ultimately save America. I enrolled in the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, UCCS, as a film and communications major and began my career as a college student. My trials and tribulations with this woke college began immediately. As a patriotic, conservative, 18-year-old, white, male, heterosexual, Generation Z, Jewish, straight-A student, I dealt with problems I hadn't expected nor did I care to have. From the anti-Semitic roommate UCCS allowed to make death threats against me by sending photos and videos of people burning to death and allowing this person to keep my room while requiring me to leave and go to a different dorm building as a new student, to giving me an F on a documentary in my sophomore year called Saving Conservative Freedom of Speech, which was a pro-Trump, pro-freedom of speech documentary. Other students in the same class were given A's for filming a chess match while drinking beer, and another for smoking a cannabis joint in his car. The same documentary was shunned at the 20th annual UCCS VAPA Student Short Film Festival. I submitted my documentary, Saving Conservative Freedom of Speech, to the 20th annual UCCS VAPA Student Short Film Festival. This is one of the longest-running collegiate short film festivals in the nation and boasts of entries within its 20-year history of films nominated, official selections, and even winners at national and international film festivals. My film did not receive an award, and the award-winning documentary was titled Supermarket. This was a 110-second film showcasing items being placed on Walmart shelves. During the intermission and prior to the award ceremony at the film festival, an individual said my film should surely win. Then the individual stated it would definitely win if it was a positive film about Obama. People expressed their adamant displeasure when the documentary, Saving Conservative Freedom of Speech, was showcased with loud, inappropriate laughter and rude bias. Some individuals exited the theater so quickly it was as if a fire had erupted. There were actually individuals so triggered toward the back of the theater that stepped over seats to exit and escape. It appeared as though their horror and pent-up TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, was severely triggered by my pro-conservative, patriotic, Trump-supporting documentary. Obviously, saving conservative freedom of speech is not a narrative the VAPA department wishes to promote or recognize. Therefore, the black eye they felt they received through this mandatory showing of this sinful, Trump-ridden documentary was somewhat healed by way of vengeance and their ability to exact retribution by simply choosing a 110-second documentary about Walmart shelf stocking to win the documentary category of the film festival. Please take a few minutes to watch both documentaries and see which one you think should have won. My 2 years of collegiate student experience at UCCS has given me great insight into the unacceptable bias against conservative students by this leftist-controlled university with the communist-style censorship and criminal coercion. The college has far surpassed nepotism favoring Democrats and is an exemplification of the most extreme Orwellian paradigms that exist today. I'm clearly condemning these actions as UCCS cannot take conservatives' God-given rights away. UCCS cannot ignore the Constitution's Bill of Rights, First Amendment, and UCCS cannot blatantly reject and violate Presidential Executive Order 13864, which focuses on conservative freedom of speech on college campuses, detailed by and made into law by President Donald Trump. I will soon be releasing my UCCS anti-conservative communique and expose, which will chronicle, expose, and share transparent, uncensored dialogue and communication between myself and UCCS, including all administration and professors as a whistleblower. I will be divulging in significant detail the facts surrounding the illegal practices of the college, its defiance of the United States Constitution and Bill of Rights, and its shocking civil liberty violations of conservative freedom of speech rights on campus that defies President Donald Trump's Executive Order 13864. By breaking this executive order, this Colorado university has jeopardized as much as $1.5 billion of federal research funding by illegally discriminating against and censoring me, a straight-A conservative student, through coercion, bullying, and disallowing my freedom of speech, among many other disparities and infractions. I'm currently and actively seeking justice and pursuing legal action against the college and to expose their illegal and immoral deeds. I now identify as and embrace the title of conservative whistleblower. I will always, by positively taking action myself, hope to encourage and embolden other disenfranchised conservative students and all American citizens to courageously stand up for their rights as well, and to share their stories of civil liberty violations based on obvious unfair prejudice against them. This righteous movement to maintain liberty will always require bravery, fortitude, and resolve. Through our collective effort, we hope to improve free inquiry, transparency, and accountability at all U.S. colleges and universities. Always remember, by sharing your freedom of speech, you get to keep it. As UCCS made it absolutely impossible for me to continue my education there, and though none of my credits were transferable from Colorado to Florida, I heard each day as it passed in my mind, heart, and soul to never give in and never give up. I first heard those words in my mind as the voice of President Trump, and now I hear them as President Trump's voice along with my own. So with that sentiment and intestinal fortitude, I found strength with prayers to God. And just after the passing of my grandfather, I found myself on my way from the unfortunately blue state of Colorado to what I affectionately call the United States of Florida. I packed my very supportive family's things in storage units and made a journey to a place that President Trump thinks is great. South Florida is great. It has been a very arduous adventure, and I've had some 007 type things I've had to deal with, but it's been well worth every minute, every dollar, and every MAGA prayer. For context, I would like to share a portion of a post made on truthsocial.com by President Trump. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in, we will never give up, and we will never back down, and we will never, ever surrender. While a student at UCCS, I was a member of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA, and just like then, I still plan on surrounding myself with a very large number of extremely intelligent MAGA Trumpublicans to assist me and you in successfully financing, engineering, developing, and marketing projects that are guided and funded by we the people to forever elevate MAGA.Live and its affiliates. It's more than success that we want. We want monumental positive change. I'm here with MAGA.Live to help President Trump in any and every way I can. MAGA.Live and I personally pledge to support, campaign, and vote for President Donald J. Trump for the presidency of the United States of America. Remember, you and I are just two people in a massive 200 million plus base that supports President Donald Trump. Imagine what we all can and will do together. This truly inspires me, and so does President Trump, as he has fought through impossible odds and beat them all. When they tried to assassinate him, he raised his fist in defiance and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight." The patriotic courage and bravery was emblematic and akin to a wounded American soldier picking up a fallen U.S. flag on the battlefield and charging the enemy. His inspirational courage has given us the hope and the resolve to fight for our country, our freedom, and our Constitution. Before I delve into what MAGA.Live is all about, I would like to ceremoniously share with you the most beautiful and powerful symbol associated with MAGA.Live, and that is President Donald J. Trump's flag that was flown over Mar-a-Lago, which I now call Fort Mar-a-Lago. Just after President Trump's inauguration and into his presidency after the 2016 election, the United States flag that is approximately 30 feet by 18 feet was purchased from an individual that was employed by Mar-a-Lago. President Trump's U.S. flag is a perfect symbol to epitomize the meaning of MAGA. Trump's flag signifies the monumental love, appreciation, and reverence that this national treasure bestows upon MAGA.Live as the honored owner of this historic flag. Furthermore, it represents the freedom, liberty, and the love of our blessed country and her patriotic citizens who adore her, and is an emblematic symbol of our fight against all odds to maintain our freedom from tyranny in our battle for good against evil. What is MAGA.Live? First, a brief disclosure. This network is neither owned nor operated by Donald Trump, his administration, or the Trump Organization. It is owned exclusively by MAGA.Live and operated by we the people. We are a for-profit company and pro-capitalism. Though we are built to benefit not like a nonprofit, we are not a nonprofit organization. MAGA.Live has miraculously appeared on the scene with common sense solutions offered by populist MAGA patriots. This grassroots movement is here along with PHONE.Live and USA.Live, just to name a few, to campaign for and support President Donald Trump before and after the 2024 presidential election, and to help him make America great again and to make America great. Amen. We're campaigning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for President Trump. MAGA.Live at this late hour in this good versus evil campaign to save America is arriving like the peaceful patriotic cavalry we've prayed for. We are here helping to encourage and bring forward all those that did not vote early to vote for President Donald Trump on November 5th, 2024. Coming together in these final moments as a mighty populist force to not only vote for President Trump, but to pledge our support for President Donald Trump and MAGA will guarantee our success. If you don't have a super strong understanding of politics, just know this, Gen Z. They tricked us all. That's right, you've been bamboozled. But it's not just Gen Z that the propagandists have gaslighted and lied to. It's been all Americans. I know because I've gone down the rabbit hole and I've deeply researched the state of our country and our politics. I will assure you, we absolutely must vote for President Donald J. Trump. When they begin to cause their predetermined chaos after President Trump wins the presidential election, we will peacefully stand united and refuse to be baited into the false flag traps that the deep state have placed and set. We've learned so much from the whistleblowers, investigations, and leaks about the FBI, Capitol Police, CIA, Nancy Pelosi, and their human assets on the ground on January 6, 2021. Many of the operatives, including Antifa, literally donned MAGA clothing and hats, baiting patriotic MAGA activists into a scripted theatrical performance of rubber bullets and tear gas. When it came to the death of the unarmed U.S. veteran Ashley Babbitt, it wasn't a rubber bullet. It was a very real bullet from a Capitol Police officer that took her innocent life. The bludgeoning death on the steps of the Capitol building of another innocent and unarmed MAGA activist, Roseanne Boyland, by Capitol Police shows the eternal price those two MAGA patriots had to pay on that day. But our J6 prisoners, our persecuted political prisoners, are still suffering, and so are their family and friends. Most of us have not been able to do anything else but work and to try to keep up with the bills. You may not have had time to do the proper political research to make the correct vote for our president, and who knows the truth? Here are some of the places the truth can be found: DonaldJTrump.com, TruthSocial.com, Rumble.com, X.com, and now MAGA.Live. Right now, we need to make the right decisions. And the most important decision you can make in our country's history, and that will positively define our future, is your absolute responsibility, along with every other American citizen, to vote for President Donald J. Trump to be the 47th President of the United States. MAGA.Live is so many things. When we say MAGA.Live is everything MAGA, we really mean it. Here's an early list of just some of the categories of our endeavors: 24/7 campaigning, energy, technology, communication, telecom services, religion, news, entertainment such as music, movies, documentaries, awards, fan clubs, comics, events, concerts, and rallies, broadcast syndication, education, shopping, business, boycotts, crowdfunding, causes and movements, banking, credit card processing, social networks, dating, advertising and promotions, information sharing, polls, online voting, volunteerism, stock market, job creation, real estate, and many more to come. MAGA.Live welcomes you to the MAGALution. What is a MAGALution? Here is the definition of MAGALution. The short definition is the belief in MAGA and any positive peaceful action to help MAGA. The standard definition is a term that utilizes and combines the contextual and applicable definitions of the following words: MAGA movement, revolution, evolution, solution, piety, patriotism, activism, capitalism, altruism, constitutionalism, constitutional republic, democracy, democratic principle, anti-socialist, anti-communist, anti-Marxist, anti-fascist, anti-tyranny, positivity, peace, and happiness, to express and manifest common goals of the MAGA heroes, whom are the dedicated U.S. patriots that intend to help mend our country and save America. As they weave strength, love, care, and prayers into the symbolic fabric of what our American flag represents, they also add to the power and historical grandeur that makes our country glorious. MAGALutionists represent and exhibit the true essence of what it means to be a red, white, and blue-blooded American citizen. The MAGALution is for those who choose good over evil and pray to make America great. Amen. MAGALution opposes any anti-America First ideologies, such as the Great Replacement Theory or the Cloward-Piven Theory that Obama studied in college. Here are some of MAGA.Live's goals. Number 1, campaigning for President Trump and cultivating new Trump supporters. 2, aligning and coordinating with Trump supporters. 3, making MAGA friends, MAGA Friends stands for freedom, religion, education, and our nation. 4. Striving to keep our U.S. Constitution sacred and lawfully intact. 5. To help stop the invasion of our country by illegal aliens. 6. To help stop fentanyl from entering our country. 7. To help stop human trafficking, especially child trafficking. 8. To help MAGA citizens achieve both financial and personal success in all of their positive efforts and endeavors. 9. To help save freedom of speech and to save America. 10. To create an online headquarters for everything MAGA, and of course, that MAGA.Live will go viral and maintain continued success. MAGA.Live is a syndicated network with a strategically engineered infrastructure designed to share information about everything MAGA. We are the populist marketing department for MAGA. Please join our peaceful and patriotic family of MAGA heroes today. MAGA.Live is a grassroots-driven campaign by MAGA Trump-Publicans that consists of MAGA heroes, MAGA soldiers, MAGA angels, MAGA activists, MAGA volunteers, and MAGA friends. These U.S. citizens are dedicated to their patriotism, love of God and country, and to our president, Donald J. Trump. MAGA.Live's mission is to incorporate anything and everything positively associated with MAGA. Furthermore, MAGA.Live pledges to help President Trump in any way we can to share truthful, uncensored, conservative-based news, to assist in funding MAGA crowdfunding projects, and to peacefully welcome others to join the MAGALution. In short, MAGA.Live is everything MAGA. Make America great again. Make America great, amen. MAGA.Live fights for freedom, though differently than our U.S. military heroes, in that we fight without traditional weapons and only with our freedom of speech. Our love and loyalty of our great country, and via prayers to God. MAGA.Live will always remain peaceful as long as the Constitution of the United States and its associated Bill of Rights are lawfully maintained. In this final battle between good and evil, it's our patriotic responsibility and duty to share common sense solutions to Democrats' own problems that ultimately will lead to helping us all save and keep our freedom and our country. MAGA.Live knows that the mainstream media would rejoice in reporting that MAGA.Live is some type of violent militia, when in fact we are a peaceful information-sharing MAGA patriots, fighting in an information war to save America. MAGA.Live is a non-combative entity and absolutely does not promote any kind of violence, especially while our Constitution is lawfully adhered to. MAGA.Live is looking for people to start a bucket line to put out the dumpster fire of the Obama-Biden-Kamala regime. We are currently in an information war, and what many agree is a shadow war that is playing out behind the curtains of propaganda and deep state lies. World War III has begun. It is just a matter of stopping it before it becomes kinetic. The MAGA.Live network has targeted numerous entrepreneurial ventures associated with projects focused on political news, political action committees, entertainment, technology, social networks, live streaming, and video on-demand service, all with an emphasis on freedom of speech without conservative censorship. MAGA.Live is currently seeking producers, directors, writers, production crew members, actors, news anchors, video editors, news journalists, web developers, attorneys, influencers, pundits, consultants, business administration services, accountants, business management, and volunteers. Please be specific in what you're contacting us about, your skill sets, your salary requirements, and resume information. Remember, MAGA.Live does not agree with DEI. We prefer MEI instead. Merits, excellence, and integrity. How can you help MAGA.Live, you may ask? We appreciate your helpful contributions via prayers, shares, and your financial care. Prayers involve 1. Praying for the health, safety, and security of President Donald J. Trump and for his win in the 2024 election. 2. Praying for the perpetual existence of freedom, the United States of America, its constitutional republic, and MAGA. 3. Praying for peace, safety, economic recovery, removal of corruption in government, and unity in America. 4. Praying for our logical decision-making to help save America and our children's future. Say a prayer that is public or private. Send us your prayer as text, audio, or video. Why does MAGA crowdfunding ask for your prayers? When people, in their different religions and faiths, come together by praying for the same righteous things, we believe this creates the most powerful energy we as humans can emit and manifest positive outcomes and miracles from God through the loving faith of His people. We at MAGA.Live wish to publish your prayer on MAGAprayers.com, prayersfortrump.com, makeamericagreatamen.com, along with other sites which are associated with MAGA.Live and its massive MAGA domain syndicate. Please take time to watch Native American holy man Eddie Three Eagles' prayers for Trump at Garden of the Gods and listen to his patriotic song, Red, White, and Blue, at the conclusion of this production. Shares involve 1. Sharing MAGA.Live truthful information. 2. Sharing your positive ideas with MAGA.Live. 3. Sharing your time, volunteering both online and in person. 4. Sharing resources you may have available to you like locations, human resources, or any other products or services. Your sharing of MAGA.Live and MAGAcrowdfunding.com information is central to our mission to help save America, to make America great again, and to make America great, amen. How does sharing help MAGA.Live and MAGA crowdfunding projects? Sharing information helps when a red-blooded all-American patriot, whether having a limited social network or they're a mass influencer, shares one important piece of MAGA.Live information that endorses and promotes our peaceful and positive MAGA-based endeavors. Sharing MAGA.Live information helps by educating U.S. citizens about MAGA-related news and trending issues, how other individuals can get involved and help. Sharing MAGA.Live information helps by waking people up with the truth. Sharing MAGA.Live information helps when populists stand together in solidarity, knowing that 200 million plus back the ideologies of love, of family, country, President Trump, and God. Sharing MAGA.Live information helps Donald J. Trump's presidential campaign. Sharing MAGA.Live information helps to save America and the future for all of us, and especially our children and grandchildren. Financial care involves, number 1, contributing directly to President Trump's 2024 campaign at DonaldJTrump.com. 2, funding MAGA.Live and MAGAcrowdfunding.com projects. 3, advertising on MAGA.Live and its broadcast network syndicate websites, productions, and related media. 4, purchasing MAGA.Live merchandise, related products and services, event or concert tickets, and digital downloads. What do people get for participating with MAGA.Live? Should you contribute a prayer, share, or financial care to MAGA.Live, you will receive in return the following valuable patriotic items. Download of MAGA Anthem song by AI Lady Liberty, release coming soon. This song is dedicated to President Donald J. Trump and the citizens of the United States of America. Download of Red, White, and Blue, song by Eddie Three Eagles. The song has been released. Download of Trump song, MAGA Band, release coming soon. These patriotic songs are brought to you by MAGA Records and MAGA.Live. Should you contribute financially to MAGA.Live, we would like to offer you an opportunity to place your name or your nominee, an individual, group, or business that you wish to bring attention to with an approved hyperlink inside your block at the MAGA Heroes wall at MAGAheroes.com. We will have more details about MAGAheroes.com coming soon, about the perpetual memorial to all those that are helping us to make America great again and make America great, amen. You will also receive special discounts for MAGA concerts, MAGA events, and MAGA merchandise. MAGA.Live is owned and operated by MAGA.Live LLC, and our payment processing information is as follows. Should you make a contribution entitling you to a MAGA.Live gift, the payment billing will reference either Save America LLC or MAGA.Live or MAGA.Live LLC, depending upon the time frame of your payment. Whether you invest in MAGA.Live with a prayer, a share, or contribute like a billionaire, any and every way that you help truly matters. We love you and we appreciate you, the United States of America, and our President, Donald J. Trump. We thank you, MAGA angels, from the bottom of our hearts for helping to save America. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless President Donald J. Trump. MAGA.Live has focused our mission on the acquisition of a massive number of political and technology-based domain names. We have nearly 1,000 keyword-specific domain names we have gathered to date. Please take a few moments to view our incredible list of domain names. One of the primary reasons for our emphasis on gathering keyword political domain names is because it makes it easier for individuals to remember and find the subject matter associated with the keyword contained in the relevant domain name. Also, to save and protect these premier domain names from those that would use them in negative ways against MAGA. Domain names are digital real estate. And we don't want corrupt governments or any of our adversaries to own these names. So therefore, we must protect them. Yes, we own the domain name MAGA.Live. But do you know who owns MakeAmericaGreatAgain.Live? If you guessed China, you would be correct. We definitely don't want them to own names like that. Domain names are our ammo and weapons in this information war, and they will be instrumental in bypassing censorship and will help save and protect our freedom of speech. Many people don't know that the DOJ recently seized dozens of domain names used in Russian influence campaigns targeting swing states. Well, we don't know if these companies were actually working illegally, but the DOJ sure took those names away from the companies that own them. Attorney General Merrick Garland and FBI Director Christopher Wray said 32 internet domains were seized after investigators found that they were used by Russian companies as part of an operation known as Doppelganger. We need to make our domain name portfolio available to the general public, and that MAGA.Live is 100% red-blooded Americans with the intent to use our domain names for just and legal reasons. We would have come out much sooner with MAGA.Live and our concepts behind our strategy, but we needed to achieve a portfolio of keyword and relevant domain names to shore up our movement and network without letting anyone know about it. If we crowdfunded the money for the domain names along the way, it would have given the Democrats and our MAGA adversaries a heads up on our proprietary intellectual properties and strategy that would have most certainly hamstringed us before we even hit the playing field. So, the launch of MAGA.Live and the release of these domain names needs to be done right now. Every single domain name, until funded individually or as a group for a MAGA crowdfunding project, will have links to President Donald Trump websites along with links to MAGA.Live and its affiliates. That's right, until our domain names are developed collectively, we'll still use them to benefit Donald Trump and MAGA. So that means these names will be useful to drive keyword traffic now. We would like people to think of MAGA.Live as a transparent think tank. We would like you to use your imagination and think of positive, truthful ways that we can utilize our massive portfolio of domain names and websites as awesome and effective tools to help President Trump and MAGA. We are not aware of a company or individual worldwide that owns more MAGA-related political domain names than we do. We have amassed this amazing stockpile of premium domain names to facilitate a long-standing, powerful infrastructure for MAGA during the censorship that has been brought on by this information war driven by the mainstream propaganda-filled fake news deep state media. We own the following domain names, and we are placing links to DonaldJTrump.com for people to help President Trump. TrumpHarris24.com, TrumpHarris2024.com, TrumpBiden24.com, TrumpObama24.com, TrumpClinton24.com. Here are some of the domain names we would like to showcase that are associated with MAGA.Live. MAGA.Live, MakeAmericaGreatAmen.com, USA.Live, PHONE.Live, MAGACrowdfunding.com, FOS.News, Freedom of Speech News, TrumpUSeries.com, MAGARecords.com, Trump.Help and MAGAHelp.com, UCCS.News. MAGA.Live domain names are a culmination of cooperating causes, shows, clubs, events, websites, applications, educational and technological innovations. All of our associated domain names are entrepreneurial, politically, and religiously inspired, and we are motivated to crowdfund each domain name project individually or as categorically grouped together. I would now like to share some exciting information about some of our domain names we are bringing to life. MakeAmericaGreatAmen.com. Here are just some of the names associated with MakeAmericaGreatAmen.com. PrayersForTrump.com, PrayersForTrump.us, MAGAAmen.com, MAGAPrayers.com, UnitedStates.Faith, USA.Live. USA.Live is going to be a MAGA site that puts America first and will be one of the 3 top domain names connected to the MAGA triad of powerful domain names, which are PHONE.Live, MAGA.Live, and USA.Live. USA.Live will be made in the USA. There is a lot of proprietary information involved, and we are only at liberty to provide limited information about the project at this time. PHONE.Live. PHONE.Live is the new internet. Let freedom ring. Phone.Live, in coordination with MAGA.Live and USA.Live, is proud to offer we the people the new internet. Phone.Live represents each and every individual as being the most important and necessary component in protecting and maintaining freedom through sharing uncensored free speech. Phone.Live is the best tool for defeating globalists, the deep state, China, Iran, WEF, Soros, Bill Gates, and any other nefarious characters trying to destroy our country. A phone is a personal communication device used by billions worldwide. If an individual does not own a phone, they want one. There is no better populist tool that can better protect and save free speech. A phone allows for not only communication, but you can watch TV, listen to the radio and podcasts, search the internet, and get online news. A phone is a portal to information, communication, and entertainment. They allow individuals to create content and new media and to remotely control physical devices or software via apps. The phone, especially one that is connected to the internet, is the most powerful tool on the planet. As an example, if you don't have life-sustaining water, you can get on your phone and find where fresh water is near you. I use this metaphoric analogy because freedom of speech is as important for our existence as H2O. The power of a phone and a phone.live will grow exponentially in a very short amount of time due to cutting-edge AI inventions and adaptations that will exist in the very near future. These are some of the applications and information associated with MAGA.Live. Conservative-based search engine, personal and business channels, live broadcast and video on-demand services, telerobotics, programming and entertainment, freedom of political discourse, emergency news for conservatives, email, text services, affiliation with MAGAMobile.com and MAGA.Mobi telecom service, built-in syndication through keyword domain names associated with MAGA.Live, such as livebroadcast.tv, teleemployment opportunities available via teleemployee.com and teleemployees.com, jobs that only require an individual to have a phone and tablet in some cases, telepresence services through telepresence.tv, telepresence.live, and omnipov.com. Here are some phone facts to help put things into perspective. Phone conversations, voice messages, and SMS texts are the only current means to receive information without censorship, though it has been reported that T-Mobile has edited people's texts and have done things such as hiding gatewaypundit.com hyperlinks from SMS texts. The following statistics for phone-related searches on Google show just how prolific and popular phones are. The word phone in a search query on Google shows approximately 16 billion results. The words PHONE.Live shows approximately 11 billion Google results. The words phone social shows approximately 9 billion Google results. The word phone show approximately 21 billion Google results. The words phone live show approximately 14 billion Google results. MAGACrowdfunding.com. MAGACrowdfunding.com's mission is to establish the funding of powerful, patriotic ideas and tools that are necessary for the MAGA movement to succeed so that we, the people, can save America together. MAGA crowdfunding opportunities are not only for MAGA.Live, but will be extended to help individual MAGA patriots and businesses as well. The entrepreneurial nature of crowdfunding is not only exciting, but lends to the rapid deployment of incredible and futuristic technological advances for our society. Whether our tech-based domain names are to focus on education through show productions or to enable job creation through social-driven service-related websites, we know our future is bright. Please help fund a MAGA crowdfunding project today. FOS.News. Freedom of Speech News is a conservative news network featuring a huge aggregate of conservative news shows and networks. FOS.News will employ content distribution via a massive political domain name syndicate and is currently boasting approximately 650 MAGA-vetted news channels. Freedom of Speech News Network wishes to do away with conservative media competition by putting all conservative shows, news networks, and citizen journalists side by side. This consolidation of conservative-based news and views allows an alternative to leftist-run mainstream media, social media, search engine domination, and right-wing censorship. Therefore, we are building an enormous and powerfully positive news aggregation and distribution network. This will sound the alarm and force the awakening of the sleeping giant, formerly known as the silent majority. This awakened giant will be loud enough for the whole world to hear. Our former silent majority is now known as the vibrant majority. Conservatives also feel that they do not have an online platform in which to express themselves without censorship or their conservative content being used out of context, shadow banned, blocked, or deleted. They also do not have a forum in order to express their freedom of speech without hateful criticism, cyberbullying, or physical threats. As a matter of fact, 62% of conservative Americans are literally afraid to express their political opinions and views with others. Whether it's censorship, physical threats, or cyber attacks, FOS.News has encountered and will continue to endure, then conquer, oppressive and anti-constitutional obstacles in order to protect and fulfill our right to freedom of speech. We can stand and unite as our forefathers did, together through the power of God and our patriotic love of country. We can stand upon our soapbox and cry out to our fellow countrymen and women with our constitutional right to free speech. We will, as our beloved forefathers did, together agree to protect and defend our liberty and Constitution through our constitutional republic's right and guarantee of freedom of speech via Freedom of Speech News. Trump-U Series. The Trump-U Series is a docu-series fashioned and brought to life through research, powerful knowledge, youthful energy, and the trustworthiness of my own eyes, heart, and soul. With the success of the Trump-U Series, I intend to help our president, my fellow Americans, and my aspirations of forever being an all-American super patriot and making a real, positive difference as a U.S. citizen. The Trump-U Series is opinionated and directed by my own personal perspectives, beliefs, morals, and philosophies, and is clearly projected through my political lens of a youthful Generation Z, white male, college film student. I, as the host of this truly patriotic program, will pack each episode with patriotism, a strong focus on love of country, and my staunch support for President Trump. Furthermore, as a young filmmaker and journalist, I seek to inspire, teach, and share up-to-date breaking news with all Americans, young and old, about the withheld truths and branded falsehoods that have unwillingly been forced upon and against our Commander-in-Chief and our great nation. You can watch the full episode of the Trump-U Series, Episode 1, Prayers for Trump, as it will be made available from our crowdfunding project. I would encourage you to watch the beautiful prayers for Trump shared by Native American holy man and U.S. Vietnam War veteran Eddie Three Eagles, and also to please watch and listen to his song, Red, White, and Blue, that he performed for us from Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs, Colorado. MAGA Records, sharing freedom of speech through patriotic music. MAGA Records is proud to present the following songs. MAGA Anthem, AI Lady Liberty, coming soon. The MAGA Anthem song is brought to you by MAGA Records and MAGA.Live. It is dedicated to President Donald J. Trump and the citizens of the United States of America. Trump song, coming soon. Red, White, and Blue, Eddie Three Eagles. MAGA Records is searching for talented musicians and vocalists for the MAGA band. MAGA concerts, MAGA events, MAGA's Got Talent, MAGA Telethon, and many more. MAGA Records AR department is also searching for individual artists and repertoires for the MAGA Records label. That's right, we're looking for MAGA rock stars. Help Trump domain. Let's all help arguably the best U.S. president who ever lived and that we are blessed to have. Here are just some of the domain names we've dedicated to help President Trump. Trump.Help. DonaldTrumpHelp.com. DJTHelp.com. DonaldJTrumpHelp.com. HelpDonaldTrump.com. HelpDonaldJTrump.com. HelpDJT.com. MAGAHelp.com. UCCS.News. UCCS.News will post my whistleblower production of the anti-conservative communique and expose with and about UCCS, the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. UCCS.News stands for Uniting Conservative College Students News. UCCS also stands for University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, so I hope not to confuse you. This news site will follow conservative whistleblower and student, myself, Mr. Ian Angelo's pursuit to defend conservative freedom of speech. I will share the facts and prove that the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs did in fact ignore President Trump's executive order that guarantees conservative students free speech rights on federally funded college campuses. Furthermore, I will share with the general public the transparent conversation between myself and the university about the college's civil liberty violations against me and my fellow conservative classmates. UCCS.News will be creating a MAGA crowdfunding project for the news website, and its productions as well as to help cover my expenses associated in the matter. Please take time to view my short documentary, Saving Conservative Freedom of Speech, as it will help you to understand the upcoming UCCS communique and expose. We will be doing updates with news and information about our goal progress, further strategies we will be developing and launching for MAGA.Live. We will also be adding new columns that will lend to the overall framework of the infrastructure of MAGA.Live. The will of the people will be the way, as we are not just trying to make a difference, we are absolutely making a positive difference for our country. You know, they've called MAGA supporters deplorables, expendables, fascists, Nazis, racists, white supremacists, domestic terrorists, maggots, and garbage, among other untrue, slanderous, and defamatory names. And to make matters worse, here's a quote from Joe Biden. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They refuse to accept the results of a free election. And they're working right now as I speak in state after state to give power to decide elections in America to partisans and cronies, empowering election deniers to undermine democracy itself. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country. They look at the mob that stormed the United States Capitol on January 6, brutally attacking law enforcement, not as insurrectionists who placed a dagger at the throat of our democracy, but they look at it as patriots. MAGA.Live's response to this quote is as follows. MAGA.Live, along with a majority of American citizens, do not accept you, Joe Biden, as the true president of the United States of America. You are a resident that has illegally, through a coup against our country's government, held this highest position fraudulently for nearly 4 years. This was orchestrated by the deep state and guided by Obama, yourself, Kamala, and George Soros, just to name a few. We know your quote is filled with projection and lies, and our prayers are that you, along with your evil cabal of elites, find yourself soon in a Gitmo prison and testifying in a military tribunal for your crimes of treason against the United States. You are the epitome of the enemy from within. Now, to segue to a much more positive group of people we would like to thank. MAGA.Live would like to give a big thank you to all the people that are helping with MAGA and that have donated to President Donald Trump, such as Timothy Mellon, $125 million. Miriam Adelson, $100 million. A quick note, I performed at Mrs. Adelson's Sands Expo Center in Las Vegas for 2 consecutive years for the Holocaust Remembrance performances and as the lead role in the portrayal of a true story during the Holocaust. Elon Musk, $75 million. America First, 16.25 million plus. And thank you to all MAGA citizen heroes who donated any amount of money to President Trump's campaign and that have been supportive of President Trump by attending or watching his Save America rallies. Thank you to anyone who helped by placing a Trump sticker on their car, a Trump Vance sign in their yard, for those who honked for people holding Trump signs when driving by, and those holding the Trump signs on the side of the road. And to those participating with TrumpForce47.com, along with all MAGA patriots that are sharing positive MAGA information. MAGA.Live would like to thank you. MAGA.Live would like to thank all independent conservative journalists and conservative journalists at major news networks that speak truthfully about MAGA and continue to help save America and our freedom of speech. Journalists such as George Behizzi, whom I met at my former gym in Colorado, Mr. Greg Kelly of Newsmax, Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, Natalie Winters, Benny Johnson, Mike Lindell's Frake Speech, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, Laura Loomer, Dave at X22Report.com, TheGatewayPundit.com, and Patriots.win. Obviously, we cannot name all of the conservative journalists, but we can say that we would like to thank all of the conservative journalists we have posted on Freedom of Speech News at FOS.News. Finally, MAGA.Live would like to thank President Donald J. Trump's press secretaries Caroline Leavitt and Caroline Sunshine for being so concise and informative about Donald Trump's campaign efforts. We would like to formally reach out to President Trump and the Trump Vance campaign in order to gift some domain names to President Trump and hopefully determine how we can help him before and after the 2024 election. MAGA.Live welcomes and encourages people to share this information and to help us in any way that you can. Always remember, we love you. We love the United States of America, and we love President Donald J. Trump. We wish to thank him for his selfless courage and guidance through these rough waters to make America great again. Here comes the cavalry. The best is yet to come. Make America great again. Make America great. Amen. By the way, don't judge a book by its cover because there might just be a MAGA rock star under there. I have been growing my hair out for just over 3 years for an upcoming Archangel Michael photo shoot production. I just wanted you to see me with the long hair so you'd hopefully recognize me. God bless.